Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am coffee.
All right.
Coffee
All right.
with Tim Black.
Hey, people, how you doing? Facebook, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome to Coffee with Tim Black. I'm your host, Tim Black. Let me bring the microphone over here because people on YouTube need a microphone. Man, it's a tough room out here. What is going on with Facebook, people? Where Facebook will begin censoring content. Censoring content that it deems fake. That's right, guys, fake news. Maybe you swayed the election. You guys did it. Now, they're not going that far, but here goes a question before I even get started. Weren't they already censoring news on their platform? Weren't they already censoring it? I know I've been blocked on Facebook because some of my people were posting stories about Hillary that Facebook didn't like, and a couple people said, hey, I don't like this either. Next thing I know, I'm blocked from posting videos. Happened to me like 3 or 4 times. So now they're going to start censoring who? What does this mean? All right, let's dig into it a little bit. Facebook plans to crack down on fake news. Facebook CEO Marc Zuckerberg shared his plan of attacking against phony news stories. Following up on an earlier announcement on work to flag fake news and hoaxes in wake of a vicious election cycle. So it was prompted by the election cycle. I wonder if Hillary would have won, would he be doing this? Me think. Can't be sure, but I doubt it, right? Let me keep going. Zuckerberg made it clear in Facebook will continue to rely on our community and trusted third parties. He knows people want accurate information, so the company plans to make some changes. Zuckerberg outlined 7 projects he said are underway to stop the spread of misinformation among Facebookers. We're talking 1.79 billion users. Wants to control what you read. Says he wants to do it for you because, you can't tell a fake news story from a real news story. Number 1, improve detection. That's right, he wants to improve the way that they detect what a fake news story is. 2, make it easier for users to report false news. I guess something more advanced than a click is what is needed, I guess. I don't know. Couldn't people just click and say, we don't like this or something? Isn't that what they've been doing? Number 3, third-party verification. That's right, you post a story, it's got to be somewhere else. So we'll get back to that. 4, labeling stories as false. So Facebook will come in and put on it false. This is the best spaghetti I ever had. And Zuckerberg will come in and put above it false. It's not. Said better spaghetti before. I know it. Number 5, ensuring quality news appears in the news feed. This is all so freaking subjective, y'all. Subjective as hell. All right. 6, crack down on ads with misinformation. Ads with misinformation. You mean like the ads like for like different types of, I don't know, clothing or what's misinformation in an ad? They're selling something. I don't know. You mean like those bad, I don't know, weight training powders that don't do what they say they're going to do? Are you really going to get into that business of vetting products, viability or reliability or something? Goodness gracious, man. It's going pretty far. And number 7, work with journalists. I just started thinking about CNN, MSNBC journalists that we found out during this election cycle to be colluding with the Hillary Clinton campaign every step of the way, even vetting articles through her campaign before publication. Yeah. Or the article, or the numerous mainstream media entities that bamboozled Bernie Sanders throughout the primary run. I wonder if Zuckerberg had a thought about that. What about hit pieces by journalists? But number 7, work with journalists to develop better fact-checking systems. Yeah, Yeah, when the Washington Times or the Washington Post to put out like 20 Bernie Sanders hit pieces all in a row, like within the span of a week or so. I guess he wants to go against that now. I guess he would have banned Washington Post, Washington Times, New York Times. I guess he would have done that, right? Wrong! He wouldn't have. Okay. So how on earth will he be doing this? How can you get this accomplished, Zucks? All right. At first, Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, appeared to be unwilling to engage the debate, dismissing the idea that fake news could have swung the presidential election. It's crazy. Of course, Facebook is trying to apply a new technology. Here it goes. New technology solution will be applied to an age-old problem, hoping it can come up with an algorithm which will sift truth from falsehood. So the algorithm will look at the news, because it won't be people, right? It's going to look at the news and look at what you post and decide based on, I don't know, guess who's sharing it or how many links it has across the internet to determine if that's the good bucket or the bad bucket. Good bucket, cool. Bad bucket, not cool. What about breaking news? What about stories like DAPL, Dakota Access Pipeline? We got people out there now. I know Nico House and Jeff Day and Ed Higgins are out there right now. So if they send me a story, which we already know Facebook is censoring because, it's unreliable. It's just first-hand accounts. How reliable is first-hand accounts, when you got Anderson Cooper up in the newsroom somewhere? You're going to go with Anderson Cooper, of course. He's going to know more about what's going on in the location he's not at. Way more than someone who's actually there filming it, right? Boy, these corporate folks know how to stay together, man. They really know how to play. Let me see if I can find some more information. Now, where's this algorithm software come from? Right? And, has it been developed or tested? What's up with this? China. It came from China, folks. Oh, God. China, surely fake. Okay. Earlier this week, it popped up a story in this person's Facebook feed. Now, whoever wrote this, Facebook worked on special software so it could potentially accommodate censorship demands in China. That's how bad it's getting, folks. It's getting so bad that software that it created in order to take advantage of the Chinese market, which has much stricter, like there's no free speech in China. Very, very contained free speech, if you wouldn't even call it free speech. It's not even speech. It's like you may get a free syllable or consonant, but you're not going to be able to freely speak in China. So the software that they're using is software they developed so that they could actually get a piece of that market under those tight constraints. And that's what he wants to bring to U.S. Facebook and I guess UK Facebook or any other, I don't know. I think this is just the U.S., but I think English Facebook. Is that the way? European English? I don't know. I know it affects the United States. I don't know about Russia. Does Russia have Facebook? Russia has Facebook, right? All right, I'm getting off track. Now, this was all going to be ignored until, I guess, Zuckerberg determined that this is relevant because of Facebook is the biggest, largest disseminator of news. Not CNN, not Fox, not Tim Black. Facebook. So, it is a... Look, I want to say in all fairness, there are some crazy articles that get put out there. There are, But people with common sense go, why, where's the other sources of this? They don't just take one crazy article and go, yeah, this is true. I mean, unless they're just complete, buffoons. Who does that? You read something that looks crazy, you go, like really extreme, like, I don't know, hippopotamus can dance on water, I don't know, whatever clickbait type article. Who just takes that as face value and doesn't look for other sources? I don't know. I saw some I would say, examples of really erroneous articles that were written. One article said, hey, Obama admits he's from Kenya. which was totally untrue. But, like, I don't know who believed that article. But they use that as an example to say, here goes some fake news. Obviously wrong, right? Sort of like National Enquirer. You know, you're going through the checkout, you see the crazy stuff. Now, the reason why I'm doing this story is not just because of the actual, you know, the fact that we're on Facebook and we care about this, right? There's another reason. Ohio shooting earlier today, right? Ohio shooting. And that's just the thing. It wasn't actually a shooting. No, it wasn't. There wasn't an Ohio shooting today. There was a man with a knife. I think it was a man. I haven't even found out the sex of the perpetrator, okay? I haven't found out the sex, but whoever it was who was stabbing, hurting people or victimizing people in Ohio today, that person was not using a gun. But numerous media entities reported it as a shooter at large. There's a shooter at large. Initial reports echoed across the corporate media landscape describing the attack as a shooting, when in reality, law enforcement sources later confirmed it was a knife attack. So, everyone got it wrong. Everyone was reporting wrong news. And who was it? Was it Tim Black or H.A. Goodman? No, it wasn't. It was those trusted sources that Mark Zuckerberg wants to use instead of, independent media. The CNN, MSNBC, Bloomberg, Fox, all of them were reporting there was an ongoing shootings crisis at the school when there wasn't a shooting at all. There was no gun recovered there at all. But one mainstream media entity reported it, and then everybody else just reported the same thing, which is typically what happens. So Zuckerberg's not more concerned with the accuracy of an article, but just that it's been something that's been shared by other news agencies, whether it be true or whether it be false. And that to me is scary. Because they could put out anything like they did today that's totally erroneous, totally wrong, inaccurate. And as long as it's been put on their website, now they can put it on Facebook and they're good. But if I find a story, if I walk out my house today right now and I see something, I post that up, and because it can't be verified on CNN's website or MSNBC's website or Fox, all of a sudden, they consider that fake news. So whenever we go down the road of censorship, there's always going to be casualties. And I got a feeling, once again, the casualties of this censorship, it's going to be us. It's never the big guys. It's never the people who make millions and millions of dollars. It's always going to be the little guy or the little woman who suffers from this. Once again, guys, I don't know exactly how this algorithm works. Zuckerberg hasn't released it. He hasn't given us details into it. But I don't see it as a good thing. I never see censorship as a good thing. I'll leave you with this, though. I don't believe we'd even be talking about this. This would not be a part of the conversation had Hillary Clinton had won the presidency. The fact that she lost it, we got to blame it on something. We have to point the finger somewhere. And, of course, once again, it cannot be the Hillary Clinton campaign. It cannot be the Democratic Party. It must be a stupid people sharing news. That's it, guys. I'll see you tonight in like a couple hours for No Sellouts with my man H.A. Goodman, where we will do our best not to give fake news, but real news. But it may be news that's not being covered by CNN. That's what makes it interesting. And also real.
Coffee.
Get yourself some coffee at TimberlakeTV.com. Appreciate you.
Yes, I am. Coffee. With Tim Black.
Oh, and shout out to all my supporters out there who got my back. I've been trying some new stuff. I appreciate you guys checking it out over the weekend on my off days, I produce some different videos. I hope you check them out. They're really short because some people don't know me yet. And they need a little bit of Tim Black, not a whole lot. Peace. Some people, man. Bam. Oh, my bad. Goodness gracious.